Hello everybody and welcome. My name is Lee Bullock and I am a beginning photographer. Let's get my car started. So yeah, basically I've started out in photography recently, but actually I've been taking pictures for a long time. I just mainly ever used an iPhone or a really good smartphone that I had at one point that you could adjust the manual ISO, apertures and stuff like that. Even though it was all digital, you could adjust it, and I got into photography that way and enjoyed it. But for the first time ever, I went out and, well, sported some money out on some camera gear. I have a very low selection of camera gear. Been doing my basic homeworks. The homeworks currently consist of using vintage lenses and how to get good shots off your kit lenses. Now I have found some good deals on some 50mm lenses and some macro lenses for the up close stuff that I want to do. And I managed to get me I think it's called a jouney 4X macro lens for $75 on eBay, even though that's like a $200-300 lens. And that's because the guy who his description said we rented this lens to basically use in a project, and we didn't return it in time, so they got stuck with it and they had to pay for it. Well, I told him in a message, listen, I know that you have no reason to care, but I'm a first-time photographer and I like doing macro work too. I enjoy getting up close, and I said, and I know that you have no reason to sell me this lens for less than what he was asking, which I think right at the time was a little over 100 something, 125. Anyways, I said, I'm gonna offer you this much because that's really all I got. I'm on a budget here. And he agreed to it for $10 more, so I picked it up for 75 bucks. And I thought that was a good deal on a brand new lens they only used for one project. And I was like, that's cool. So I am out early this morning because I want to catch some good landscape shots of the clouds and stuff here in beautiful Huntsville, Alabama. I'm out bright and early. As you can see, that's why I've got my interior light on, because you can't see. So anyways, guys, I'm going to get to driving to the location and we'll see you back. Alright guys, so we're far enough away from my living residence that I'm not worried about you guys being able to track my location like you'd want to. But anyways, yeah, I'm a first time, like I said, photographer, and it's like, but man guys, I get the literal fizzes of goosebumps of excitement going out to take pictures with my new camera gear. I'm actually excited. I am just for it. And I've been doing a lot of homework, and you're like, well, you're a first-time beginner. Well, why do we have to listen to you? Because I do homework, lots of homework. Like, I've taken some really nice shots that just aggravated me because there were certain things out of focus in the shots. And I learned about focus stacking recently because like I said, I'm new to using programs and stuff like that for my photos. I just rely on perfection in my first shot to get me through, and that's all I've been doing until now. Now I've learned, hey, if this photo didn't turn out great, there are ways for me to turn it around, you know? There are ways for me to make it look good, you know, or fix these chromatic aberrations and these out of focus objects, or fix the shadows and contrast, which had me sign up for the Adobe Lightroom that comes with Photoshop and pay their monthly subscription. Now I know there's other programs out there, but they were a bit too expensive for me, especially being first time in this and being on a budget running a Sony Nex 5R. Honestly, with their new flagship from Canon, the R3, boy, that thing gave me the fizz. I wanted it so bad, but I don't know about you, but photography equipment is, oh god, it's so expensive. It's so expensive. Man, this is expensive stuff. So that's why I've had to look into vintage lenses, or set me on the track for vintage lenses. Like I have a Tamarin, I think I'm saying that right, 80 to 210 millimeter vintage lens that was completely restored, so it's like brand new. Picked it up for $20 on Facebook Marketplace, and there's actually several of them on there, brand new or like new. relatively cheap that you guys can go get. There's also many other vintage lenses on not just eBay but Facebook Marketplace, so you might want to check that out. But like, I chose Adobe too for my thing because, well, Adobe Photoshop has been around forever, so I was like, it's cheap, it's reliable, it's been around for ages, yeah, why not? So I went ahead and signed up for their subscription to get Photoshop and Lightroom. I have an iPad, one of the 10.5-inch iPads, one of the newer ones. I also got that on a deal. Someone had a remorseful time buying it, and then they couldn't return it for some reason or another, or I don't know. And I picked it up for probably $400 or $500 a year ago, and I use it to drive around on. Why am I showing low tire pressure? That's awesome. It's probably that new tire I got. That's cool. It's probably got low pressure on it because it's cool this morning. Anyways, yeah, and so now I can also use my iPad for the photos and stuff like that, and use my Lightroom on it because I'm not going to do it on my phone. Alright guys, so here I am in part of the area. Got some fish jumping over there in the water, making some things, and this is one of the areas that I'm in. But this is what I was talking about when I was talking about the you know, views. I've been taking some shots already, and I'll cut some of those in at the end in their raw format. Camera's struggling though to get these low light images because it was dark for a good minute, but I even got some good shots. There was like a little feather, you can't really see it, but there was a feather floating in on a little rocky area here, and I was like, oh, that looks cool, so I took some shots of that. Been taking some reflective shots off the water of the poles and the bridge coming down. There was some really nice lighting on the bridge that I got some shots of underneath it. Kind of hoping that the sun comes up a bit more here. I managed to get down here towards the water edge to get some shots, but there's like a really nice area of water running right over here, and I wish I could figure out how to get over there to it to get some better shots, because this little rock I'm standing on, and it goes into deep water, and I don't really want to go tromping through there to try and get to it. But I'm gonna press on that way towards where the river is and see if there's an area up underneath this bridge here that I can get on and get some better shots. So I've made it out here quite a way, and as you can see, I'm just kind of been walking. I was trying to shoot with my other lens, and I know I got my backpack like this because I've done lens swapped a couple of times trying to shoot with my other lens, and I came over to this bench here and I found one of these little like rocks that people put in places, and what you're supposed to do with these is pick them up and take them somewhere else, put them somewhere else, and then take a picture of them. But I did take a picture of it and I just left it. It's like I've been getting some decent shots this morning that I will crop in for you guys. But there's major humidity today. It keeps fogging my lenses up and messing with my focus. Even when I'm using my peak focusing on my other lens, it was just like fog, wipe it off real good and go to try and heat it up past the dew point so it would stop fogging up on me. But yeah, I've gotten some decent pictures so far. We're going to continue through. I'm coming up on a little area down here. I've run into several joggers this morning already. Tried saying hi to one, and he didn't even wave. He's already so far out of breath it wasn't even funny. But there's a little bridge in the area up here, so we'll check this out. Alright guys, so there's this gap of water right here and some slippery moss, but there is a turtle right there. He's right there, and I want to get a shot of him. I already tried to get some shots of some smaller turtles swimming in the water when they were trying to run away, but it's like, I don't want to slip and fall, and I'm thinking I'll just step through it and get wet, because I'd rather get wet than slip and fall and hurt myself or my equipment, because I'm kind of off the beaten path now. But I really wanted to get over here to get a shot of that turtle, which is now next to this can over here. So I don't know what to do here because I'm thinking jump, but I'm just thinking step through it and I'll be fine. Who cares if I get a little soggy? It's not gonna hurt. My socks will dry out, but at least my camera equipment will be fine. So yeah, let's ooh, soaking wet. That's how we do that. So here's that turtle. Look at him. He's next to this trash somebody left in the river, which makes a good statement for pollution. I don't know why anybody would trash a river out. But I'm gonna get a shot of him real quick, and as you can see, I'm using my thing. I've got it zoomed into 55. So I'm locking down, get a few continuous shots. Poor turtle. But yeah, I really wanted to come over here because of that. I spotted it from the edge of the trail, and I was like, yeah, let's do that. Slippery rocks, all wet and soggy and nasty. But I'm gonna go ahead and get wet. Ooh, so I can step through here. Oh wow, there's holes all in this barge area. I better watch out. So let's zoom this out. So I'm gonna try and take it at 160 frames a second, aperture 4.0. ISO is around 200. Trying to freeze that water motion in this area. Let's see if I can. Okay, I'm gonna cut it up to 250 to really get a motion freeze on that water. Cut my aperture down to 4.5. That's as low as it goes on this lens. And get it wide open. ISO, I'll take one at 1600 and then reduce. I'll 2. Now I'll reduce to 800. Which is still a little high for my taste, but it's really overcast today. And reduce. Take it to 400 minimum. There we go. You can't really see it on the histogram. It's peaking too far off to the left. I wanted to get over here, but there's like holes in the ground like right down here beneath my feetsies, and it's cracking off and falling into the river's edge. Boy, it is humid out here today. I'm glad I came out early this morning though. Alright. Take a few more shots and then I'm gonna try and get out of here, see if I can get a few shots over the top. Alright, so yeah, we're in this area. Looks like my big friend turtle is still just hanging out next to that can over there. Oh look, there's another one. Like if you look at him right here, right there, there's another one in the water. I just spotted his shell sticking up out. I really want to get over here, but I can already feel it raining on me, because I mean getting down there and getting a good shot across there would be just awesome, but I know this water moving quick and fast over the slippery rocks. You know what? Let me try something. This is probably the dumbest thing I've ever done, because it's been years since I've been honking out in this water like this. Okay, I'm getting yucky and muddy. standing on the leaves, trying to avoid. Ooh, I'm getting wet. Oh yeah, we made it. Woo. All right, let's take some shots of this. I don't know which way to do it, from this way or that way. That way's not as appealing as this more wide open angle. So getting all that noise in it though from the thing when it's starting to rain. I bet you people who are jogging by are like, what is this stupid fool doing off down in here? Oh. Trying to make money, that's what I'm trying to do. Sell my photography shots. That and having fun, because that is the most important thing about this, is having fun. And man, I'm having some good fun. Ooh, I see little fishies. Let's see if you guys can have a view of little fishies. GoPro, you can put it underwater. So I made it quite a way, guys. Like, there was this really nice view shot, especially of the mountains out that way, but there was like stadium lights all up in the way, so I didn't really get the shot. I'm gonna see if this bridge here will take me somewhere and see where it goes. There hasn't been much of interest to like really be like, yeah, check this out, guys. And we're coming into people and stuff, so I don't like doing my videos when people are around. They get weird about it around here. So we'll see when I cross the bridge. Well, I came through that park road and I'm just on a big highway straightaway now. Beautiful mountains and stuff. But when I passed a sign just now, I realized exactly how far away from my car was. Apparently on my little adventures, I'm a good 3 miles away, so I got a lot of walking to do to get back to my car from this point. So I was having so much fun taking pictures, I didn't realize I'd traveled over 3 miles on foot. So yeah, my big out of shape self has got to now hoof it all the way back to my car. So this is gonna be fun. Anyways, when I get there, guys, we'll update you, and I'm gonna be soaked in sweat. So I made it back to my car. Always keep water. I'm not used to walking that far. It's like I've only ever been getting out and going walking now, rarely, except the last couple of weekends. Now that I've gotten me a camera, it's making it, I had all kinds of fun. I've been out since this morning now, about 4 hours in. So yeah, as you can see, too much overcast for the mountains today, so I couldn't get any like really good sun coming up over the mountain shots or anything, so that kind of hurt it for me. But I did switch over to my Tamron 80 to 200 millimeter lens while I was out, because I saw some water features that were kind of in private property, and I wanted to freeze frame those fountains and the water. So I ran the shutter speed up to about 400, pop off some shots, had to do my manual focus with this, which honestly, learning these lenses, not that hard. You have your aperture, which is right in here. That closes it off, that opens it up. This is your zoom function, 200 millimeters, 80, and then you have your focus, your manual focus here. Basically, on this crop sensor though, I would say it runs about 315 millimeters, because it's a 1.5 inch APS-C, the Sony Nex 5R. So as I was saying, you know, that's it. So it's got the crop sensor on it. So with this, it's getting that 0.15 there. It might be a little higher than that, because this has the Adaptol 2 for the Canon FD here, and below this it's got the Photosay, I don't know what to call it, FD to FE or E mount on it, so that pulling that additional distance away from the mirrorless sensor here, well, it might actually be adding additional zoom distance. And I did get some okay shots on it, but with a constant on and off sprinkling, I'm having to spend a lot of time using this nice cotton shirt to rub my lens and make sure I'm not scratching it. But again, I picked this thing up, 20 bucks, and it's easy peasy, pops right off, you line your dots up, locks right on, and no play. I mean, there's like no wiggle in this thing whatsoever, and I took it off a good 50 or 60 times and it hasn't loosened up yet. It is a little fiddly though when you do this whole system here. It does get a little fiddly because it's got this lock ring here that says it's locked, and then you pull it back to lock it back on. It's a little fiddly. Got some good shots, guys. I will try and edit those in the best I can towards the end, so you can see after I put them through Lightroom, and you guys can be a judge for yourself. But this is only my second time out using this. I've done a lot of tests around my house with it, and so far it's not a bad little budget camera. It's actually pretty good. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you checking me out, and we'll see you again.